Hi, I'm Gordon Gaines, and welcome to another episode of Florida Survival. When I got back from my last trip on Labor Day weekend, I discovered something that I wanted to do a short video clip about. It reminded me of a situation I had. There's a Light My Fire Sport, XM Sport, and I had to unpack a pocket on one of my packs to repack it with stuff I had taken out of it, and I found this was broke, which is unusual for a Light My Fire product. You know, the fork is still usable. The spoon, you could still probably use a little bit there, but you know, it's pretty unusual for a Light My Fire product to break like that. Back in the 1980s, when I was living in Miami, going to Ocala National Forest every year for 6 weeks, 2 month trip, I discovered one year I went that I forgot to pack anything to cook with and anything to eat with. So I, once I got there, got the thing set up and everything, started to cook something, I discovered I didn't have anything. Well, one of the things I thought of, because of a lot of exposure I had to the Oriental culture back during my teenage years, martial arts and things like that, I thought, the Orientals lived for hundreds of years with sticks. So I thought, back then, well, maybe, I can carve me some chopsticks and cook with those and eat with them too. I'm not a big fan of eating with my fingers, especially when I'm out in the woods in a survival situation. Your hands get dirty and that kind of thing, and plus it's just, if you're hunting, if you got something cooking on a fire, trying to pick that meat off, squirrel meat or raccoon or whatever off of a animal, that's food's pretty hot, or trying to dig it out of a bowl or something, a pot or something with your fingers and everything, it's pretty hot. Injuries is one thing I don't want to have to put up with when I'm out in that kind of a situation, if I can help it. So, these things are pretty easy to make. These are made out of laurel oak. You can tell they're hand carved. Just got through carving them, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I've been trying to find the time to do this video. So, but these things are pretty easy to use. The bottom piece, you kind of hold on your ring finger down here, and on the tip of your thumb. The top piece comes onto the top of your thumb. Your thumb kind of acts like a fulcrum. You see, I hope I'm getting this in the video all right. Now, because this piece is curved, if you use a curved stick, you need to make sure that, the points are going to come together, so you can pick things up. It's not quite where there you go. Now see how the points get. So that way you can pick things up. I like the Japanese version better than the Chinese version because they put a little bit of a point so you can stab meat, vegetables, whatever, With practice, you can get good enough with these things to pick up a single noodle or a single grain of rice. But that's how you kind of use them, is you just put that top piece on your tip of your thumb, and you use that as your fulcrum. And I'm moving it with these two fingers. With these two fingers here, I'm moving that back and forth. And this just is stationary. It just goes onto your ring finger and stays stationary, and you move the top one there. And like I say, if you carve them, so you got a little bit of a point. I hope I'm getting this in the picture. Got a little bit of a point on the end of it, and you can stab meat or veggies that you can kind of stab with, pick them up that way instead of having to pinch them. Now, like I say, with enough practice, there is a learning curve to these things. I knew a guy that down in Miami that married a Korean and bought her home when he was in the Army, and he actually, when I got back from that trip, I told him what happened. He taught me how to use these things. And I've just been, over the years, practicing with them off and on. They're not the easiest thing to eat in the world to eat with. I'd much rather have a fork or a spoon or something like that to eat with. But in an emergency, I think they're an important survival skill. These are a whole lot quicker, a whole lot easier to carve out a spoon or a fork or something like that. That's just, in my opinion, it's just kind of lame when you just, these things work. You just got to learn how to use them. Well, maybe see if you can find someone, practice with them, or find something to carve something out of and practice with them. So, I got another review coming up. I'm going to do on Paul Crawford's survival staff. I've got one. I bought it a long time ago. So, I'm going to do a review on that. It's not a common man's item, but the thing's got a lot of miles with me, and I'm currently using just trekking poles, Lee Key trekking poles, but if I had the money, I'd buy another one of these Crawford survival staffs. They're pretty awesome. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that maybe you'll take this into consideration. Thank you. Bye-bye.